Testing. Testing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to F124 on the brand new game. My name is Jamie. Hopefully you're all doing alright tonight. We are here for the Silverstone Grand Prix for the 5v5v5. 4 different teams in this race there. So let's see how the teams get on. And the teams are consisted tonight of IRT, ART, Aversio, which was GT10 as well. So there's your 4 teams who are racing tonight, and I believe we've got some drivers on the circuit then, so let's see who is going to be on a lap time. And then we are racing in multiplayer cars, because obviously we can't race in Grand Prix cars because we're all in different teams. And you might notice in the spectator menu that you can actually hear the background noise of the car, which is quite sick, but at the same time can be a bit annoying, because I can hear the background noise of the car at the same time, which can be distracting. So we're on board with Toastbot then, as he makes his way now through the lovely corners of Mackies and Beckers. Then you might have heard, for those who know me, you might have heard different change in quality with the mic. It's got a PS5 as well, so I can't wait to test it out in terms of the stream as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how it all pans out. But in terms of the F124 game, there's been a lot of mixture of opinions, and if you want to hear my opinion, I don't like it because I'm currently on a pad. And by the way, if I'm talking too loud, I apologize about that, because I'm trying to get over the background noise of the cars because it's quite loud. So on board with Toastbot, they make his way out the final corner to start a lap time of this 5.8 kilometer circuit. I've driven this track and it's not too bad, especially the high speeds when there's been a lot of grip there. So headed through turn 1 and turn 2, we should be flat out as we head down towards turn 3. Immediately on the brakes there, locking up the right front. As we make our way now into this left-hander we go. Let's see how he takes it. Very nicely there. Hits the apex on the throttle there. You can see that the ERS modes are quite different. So you have hot lap, overtake, medium and none. And I presume back in the 2019 and 2020 days where we had those different ERS modes, you're allowed to use overtake on the straight. So that's one thing I forgot actually, and as you can see there, Toastbot was using medium in Luffield, so I can't wait to see the tactics of the ERS modes being used in the Grand Prix. I think it's going to be add something special during the race as well, in terms of different ERS management as well going on. It's a lot easier to save battery now like it was in the olden games, where you can turn it down to medium and none, and as you can see, Toastbot is using none as well, medium sorry, in corners like this, medium high-speed corners, and especially on the short straight there. I look at the flurry of cars on the circuit. There's 5 cars in front of him. Might pick up a distant tow as all the drivers will hopefully get out of the way, which they do as we make our way now into Stowe. And notice there's a bit of debris from the I think from the bodywork underneath the car that's flicking up. I think the porpoise in there going on into Stowe. I did notice that, but somebody's in front of us, and I don't know who that is, as Toast put across the line to go P1 with a 21 or 26.1 then. So hopefully the car in front of him did not affect him. It's going to be quite difficult to pinpoint who's who, because obviously we're in different cars. There's GT Matthias is going quickest with a 25.7. And by the way, guys, apologies about the mispronunciations of names there. I've not had time to practice, so apologies about that. But Finley goes into second, representing Eversio, which was formerly known as X as well. So good luck to Eversio as well. As we make our way now towards Brooklyn as we go, and we can see a huge lock-up on the entry there. We'll see game, because unlike last game, you can lock up different tyres as well, which will affect you a lot during the races. So here's Sieb on the old pit straight. MotoGP still uses pit straight as we make our way now into turn 1 we go, or turn 9, sorry, as it should be flat out as we go down into Magazine as we go. And I know a lot of people be using overtake down the straights as well to get more speed and more power down the straight. You can see blasting the overtake we go. It's a 2.8 in the middle sector for Sieb. He did have an issue with track limits, even though he didn't go out wide. And look at that, you can see the debut popping up there as the underground of the cars hits in the floor. And Mango currently has the fastest lap time of 25.5, with Matthias in second place with 25.7. Finley in P3 with Skies in P4. Garachi in P5. But here comes Sieb across the line now. Let's see what the IRT driver can set as he goes into P12 then. So another place he wants to be, but plenty of room to improve then, as we've got more lap times kicking in then. So Ava's got into 4th place there with Gabadi in 4th place with 25.888, and a nice lap time there indeed, with a lovely livery of blue and purple there from Ave there. And I still need to try and figure out who's who in the team. I didn't exactly do my research before this. I know the obvious ones, but in terms of different people, I just need to get the names up so I can try and remember who's who. Anyways, we can see that Ghost King in 20th place hasn't set a lap time just yet then, so he's made a mistake somewhere. He's quite low on the battery too. We can see that Damien Curiel is currently on a lap time with a 2.5 in that middle sector. I believe that's quicker than C's middle sector, what he managed to do. And he's on the medium quad power tyres, but as you can see, lacking battery as he's using overtake down the straight there. Flick our way into Stowe, another lovely corner to go through, and now we make our way towards the final 3 corners, and let's see where Damien could put his car. He's on the medium compound tyres, so we won't be relatively quick in terms of this pace, but we'll find out what we could do on those mediums, which is a 26.1. It's only 6/10 away from the fastest time, so that's not too bad on the medium compound tyres. Henke is up to P9 there, and I think he's representing, he's not in CPI, is he? He's currently in Eversio as well, so he's moved from CPI to Eversio, and let's hope he has a good career move from there and see how well he does as well in that team. So we've got majority of drivers then heading back in the pit lane, and we're not seeing much action going on so far. We've got one driver who has a set lap time, which is Ghost King, and he's currently bounced over the curbs there, making our way through Chapel we go. Now onto the Hangar Straight. I don't think he's on lap time, is he? He's run out of fuel, unfortunately for him, so he's not on a lap time. So Mango currently occupies a pole position by 2/10 ahead of Matthias in P2. Finley in 3rd place ahead of Gabadi. Skies in P5 ahead of Garachi. In 6th place, Acid 7th ahead of Ollie Durston, representing IRT. Henke in 9th place there, not much separating Ollie Durston and Henke. By the way, it's nice to see Ollie Durston racing again, because I haven't seen him race for quite a long time. Former NLR driver. As now we've got some more drivers on the outlaps there, so let's see what they could do. Finley representing X, which is Versio now, and good luck to the new team there, which is branched out to different, I think it's a different team now completely. I think they've got more connections elsewhere, so let's see how they do then. Currently in 3rd place. Great stuff indeed then. So it's quite quiet on the track. We've got 10 minutes left to go in this session then, so let's see what drivers could do on their second attempt. I'm going to go on board with Finley to see what he could do. And what's your opinions on this game? Because in terms of my opinion, I'm not really particularly good at this game, because I'm still on the pad or the controller, so that's why I'm not quite good at this game here. And good evening to everyone in the chat. Hopefully you're all doing alright, representing your teams. And I can't wait to see what the race has. So currently X are up there with GT10 drivers surrounding the field in 2nd, 5th, 6th and 7th. So that's good from then. Ghost King is currently down to 20th place. I know Ghost King has raced in EML quite a few times. But GT10 has developed too. I remember them being in the midfield most of the time. So it's nice to see GT10 progressing through the field. But now we're on board with Finley as we make our way now towards turn 1 and turn 2. The man is hoping to be in the higher leagues in PSG. He currently turned off no assists in the last game, and he's hoping to progress since there. So let's see what other leagues he could join as we make our way now towards turn 4. We get another sleep speed corner. Be very patient on the throttle. Now making our way out of entry. DRS enabled on the Wellington straight. There's a car in front of us which is weaving left and right. I do find it a bit difficult to warm up the tyres. And look at Finley drifting through Brooklands there. I don't think that's going to cost him any time, because I think that's what you want to do. I've seen quite a few hot laps where people do drift in the corners, and that's the maximum amount of time you can get as well. As we make our way now through Woodcut, we go on board with Finley as we make our way now towards Cops. Let's see how he takes this. Nice and flat out there. Very smooth steering indeed from Finley. No signs of hesitation at all behind the wheel as we make our way now through Maggis and Beckers. We go an early downshift into 7th, into 6th we go. Then he stays in 5th gear. That used to be a 5th gear corner, I think, heading into Chapel, and it's a 2.3 in the middle sector. So I think Finley could be on for a provisional pole. It looks to be improving. Can he make it at Versio 1-2? As Mango and Finley haven't changed their name. And I think he made a slight mistake through Stowe, unless that's, of course, the way the car handles. He's quite low on the battery. Is Finley using the overtake in different places now. Making our way out the final 2 corners we go. Let's see where Finley can pop his car. He's currently in P3, so he did lose a bit of time. I think Finley did. Also, he's on a two lap older tyres as well. He just set, so he lost a bit of time in that final sector, did Finley, but can make it all back up on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. We've got more drivers going for flying laps there. As you can see on the full map, only black and blue cars on the circuit then, so it's quite hard to identify who is who, because obviously not in the real cars and the teams. But currently Matthias in P2 is a 10th down the first sector, so can he make up that time up in the middle and last sector? We're about to find out. Is on a lap time too. Ollie Durston Henke is on a lap time. Here is Ollie Durston in the IRT car. And let's see where he could try and put that car. He's currently going up to P4. That's not a bad lap time there for Ollie Durston. Then currently P4 behind Finley. And we'll see if any more drivers can improve as throughout this session we go. And across the line go the GT10 drivers. Henke currently 2 tenths up, but Slash goes to the top of the tyre machines with a 25.5, and let's see where Henke can go. And he currently can't go anywhere. It's a 26.0 unfortunately for him. Still in P11, Damien Curiel is currently on a flying lap as we make our way now out of Brooklands we go, or Luffield, heading into Woodcut. This track is absolutely brilliant for overtaking, a classic historical track since the 1950s, since the Formula 1 World Championship was held. Obviously, it was used before that since the non-Formula 1 World Championship, and ever since then, it's always provided us with great action no matter where you go, no matter what year it's been. You always see some fantastic overtakes around this circuit, especially down through Stowe. And here is Damien then making his way towards the middle sector. He's currently purple. He's 4 tenths up. In that middle sector is Damien then. So can he continue this progress? As we make our way now into Stowe, we go for the IRT driver. And not Rishi says, come on, Aversio. And Rishi there, my team manager. Currently 2nd and 6th there for X. And here comes Damien then. Coming towards the line. He goes into P3. Does the IRT driver then, so not bad there. But Kenny down to 20th place. Seems like he's struggling just a tad there in the IRT cars. So let's see what he's doing in the first set. He's currently backed off, has Kenny, but I do believe he's still got a lot of time left to make up in this session. Great stuff indeed then as all the drivers then cross the line. Ollie Durston back in the pit lane. Elsewhere, what's Kevin doing? Kevin, the Alpha, is coming towards now. He's not on a lap time as Kevin, so still in P13. Just making it in to the 25s is where you want to be. Sieb is still in the pit lane there, so he's not making an impression anytime soon. But yeah, I don't think anybody else is on the lap time. King managed to get himself back into 6th place there. So it looks like he was struggling in the first half of this qualifying session. But later on, he finds himself in P6 behind his teammate Matthias in a P5. Acid's up to P3, so that's a great job from him. So far, I don't think Acid is on a lap time. No, he's not, because he's turned off his battery. Also, you can turn off your battery as well in this game. Ismail, let's see what he's doing, making his way towards Magnus and Beckers. I don't think he's on a flying lap, so I think he might be going back in the pit lane because he's running relatively low on the fuel as well. So into the pit lane he goes, but Gabadi in P7, I don't think it's a lap time either. So majority of drivers are on their in laps, and we'll wait for the final stages of qualifying once all 20 drivers are out there ready to go once again. We'll see a bit of a nil on the track so far. Let me know your opinions in the comment section, what you think of this game, how you're handling it, because like I said before, I'm on a pad, so it's quite difficult to adjust to this game. And it might take a bit of time too. So I can't wait for the handling patch, which will come tomorrow, I think, because it was 3 weeks when the handling was going to be here. But they've changed the schedule for tomorrow, so we'll see if that's an improvement or not. I think a lot of drivers on the wheel are currently loving the handling situation. I've spoken to a few people that are on wheel, and they say there's no problem with it. But obviously we all have different opinions, so we've got to respect them, if you like it or not. But we'll see how the handling changes things tomorrow, whether people still like it or not. I know Alex Gillen, who's a YouTuber, who had a lot of people disagree with him, I think. I don't really watch his videos, but I did see a lot of people disagreeing with his comments. Probably got paid to say that was a good handling model there. But there's 3 minutes left to go in the session, so expect a stampede of cars heading out the pit lane to complete their final lap of the session. So can anybody improve on a 25.5, mid-25s? We'll see. Slash currently occupies the front row ahead of Mango. Asi for GT10 is doing a great job. So that's 3 different drivers in the top 3, with Damien Curley in P4. Slash is representing IRT. I thought he was at a different team. Wasn't he in X or CPI? CPI Slash? That makes sense to me, but he has moved teams from CPI to IRT. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't really keep up with the esports nowadays. I just do the commentating and enjoy the race. Hopefully my mic quality is good as well, because I bought a PS5 about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and a brand new mic too. I'm not using that crappy old microphone that I've been trying to use. So hopefully the sound quality is much clearer. But with 2 minutes left to go, some people are leaving it quietly out there. They might not get a lap time. The last one to come out of the pit lane is going to have to get a move on. I don't know who's going to be last out of the pit lane, because I can't identify who is who. ETA Slash. I don't understand why I didn't think about that. It's been a long time. Yeah, that makes sense. ETA Slash. So Mango is going to be the last one out of the pit lane, I think. So he's definitely going to have to get a move on. I don't know about the tyre warmer situation, because I have tyre situations in qualifying where I can't tend to heat them up as sufficiently as I want to prepare for a full flying lap. But 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in this session, and every single driver is currently on the circuit. All 20 drivers looking to improve on their last hurdle around this circuit. And Ollie Durston's going to be the first one to cross the line to go for that final lap as we head through turn 1 and turn 2 we go. You can see him use a bit of overtake into 1 and 2 as we head down into turn 3 we go. Then slight lock up on the front. I say slight, it was quite a nifty lock up, wasn't it? As we make our way now into turn 4 and turn 5 we go. Guessing he's next to the back of the car, seems to be wondering just a bit as DRS again is enabled on the Wellington straight. And he doesn't seem to be using the overtake, so I think he's trying to make his use of overtake a bit wisely as well. He's trying to make sure he has a bit of battery left for the end of the session, because I know a lot of people are derating towards the end of the lap, so he's trying to make sure he uses the battery in the right place, especially this place here, out of Luffield into World Cup we go. A bit of battery being used. And now we swing our way into Cops there, fully flat tire, about 190 miles an hour. As we're making our way towards Maggots and Beckets we go. Flat tire corners for the first 2 corners, as we gradually get slower and slower towards Chapel. Down to 6th gear he goes, hits the curves very nicely as well. Back on the power, it's a 2.3 for the middle sector for Ollie Durston, and then so he's going to be about P5 actually, because the guys ahead of him are not too far away in terms of lap times, quite close out there, as Ollie Durston then drifts towards Stowe. And now we make our way towards the final 3 corners we go. This is where the tyres will heat up the most. You can be very careful of traction out of these corners there. You can see him bounce over the curves. We make our way now towards the line for Ali Durston. He goes up into P3, so he finds a bit of time. Now we've got a stampede of cars making their way towards the line. Mango is currently a 10th down in the first sector. Damien is currently a 10th down in the first sector. Poms in P12 has currently crossed the line. Skies and Poms, unfortunately, have not improved. They stay where they are. Ghost King is on pole. What's our lap time? A 25.1. Where on earth did that lap time come? I think Matthias has crashed Yes, he has. And here comes Slash then. Can he try and deny Ghost get a pole? No, he can't. You've just improved his lap time barely as well by a few hundreds. Acid is 1/10 up in the middle sector. Henke goes up into P2. 25 points up into P4 at 25.5. Only about 400s away from Slash in P3, but here comes Acid. He makes his way towards the line now. It's going to be a P7 for him with a 25.6. So what a lap time. Smashed out of the park. Damien goes up into P2. Great lap time indeed. So we've got some fast lap times coming in. Where's Mango? Currently a 10th up. In the middle sector is Mango. Not enough for pole position, but still enough to improve his lap time. Could it be P2? Yes, it is. It's a 25.3, and he goes P2 then. So is Ghost King, who obliterates the rest of the field by 2/10. What a lap time indeed from the GT10 driver. Almost a tongue twister there. But yes, what a lap time indeed. He's got something to be happy about. So does GT10. So there are your results then. 3 different drivers in the top 3. With GT on pole ahead of Mango, Damien in P3 ahead of Henke, Slash in 5th place, Kevin in 6th ahead of Ollie Durston, Acid 8th, Gabadi in P9 ahead of Toastbrot in 10th place there. Matthias, unfortunately for him, lost a lot of positions. So did Finley as well, because those two were inside the top 10. Kenny goes into 13th ahead of Garachi in 14th, Skies in 15th, Poms in 16th place ahead of Mattia Manga. Ismail in 18th place ahead of Sieb and Aversio Jacko, who's currently down in last place, unfortunately. So couldn't really get going, could Aversio Jacko. But we're all still adjusted to this game. I'm quite ashamed to say what my lap time was around here, because I did a race about 2 days ago around Silverstone and my lap time was horrendous. So I'm not going to say what lap time it was. Keep that quiet until I can find some pace. Sieb and Jakku, bottom of the field, was not on my bingo card. Yeah, Sieb there, massive disappointment for IRT, but hopefully he can try and make his way through the field. We've got 26 laps in this race. It's going to be very interesting with battery, because if you put it in none in some corners, some drivers will have to jump on you. I don't think it'll be that one big DRS train. I think we'll see a big DRS train, of course, but in terms of battery usage, people put it in medium and none. Might have a massive overspeed on the drivers ahead, and the 2026 regulations have also come out too. So let's see how they work out. I don't think a lot of people are happy about it. I've heard something about DRS. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. I haven't really indulged in what the new regulations are. I haven't really given them a proper read. But can't wait to see what this race has in store for us. Ghost King's pace was absolutely phenomenal. Just smashed out of the park there. Looked like he was struggling early doors in qualifying, but later on built up the speed to put himself on the top step. So before the lobby gets going, I will take a short break and I'll be back with you very shortly. And I will put myself on mute. There are a few cars in the midfield. Yes, I think I'm going to get sacked at the end of this because I think I've lost my commentary job now. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me right now? Yeah, what an embarrassing start to 2024 this was. So this is a brand new experience for me. I'm trying to get used to everything. But anyways, there are the strategies then. And we've got a few people on the soft compound tyres. And they're currently 7th, 8th. And I think Finley has lost a lot of positions as well. As we make our way now towards Stowe we go. I thought somebody crashed there going into Stowe. Oops, sorry about that. I just heard my own game volume. So, apologies about that. But who's that up the inside? That's good. Badly good up the inside. Bit of contact too between two more drivers. That's Damien and Henke. Did those two make contact? I think they're in the same team, aren't they? Damien and Henke. Both in IRT. And unfortunately made contact in P3 and P4. Ghost King is on the half compound tyres then. And we've got loads of different strategies going on for the field, but which one is going to be the best strategy? And once again, I reiterate this. I apologise about the start of the race. I completely missed it. So yeah, it's embarrassing. But anyways, we move and we try and learn from this experience. It's not a proper league race, it's a social race. So I try my best. But anyways, now we head on to the Wellington Straight. Here we go. And they all remain in formation for the time being. Gabadi's trying to make some moves on those soft compound tyres then. So let's see the most gained and most lost. So Ollie Durston lost a lot of positions as well. Poms is down in P20. See, stay where he started. But look at Gabadi making use of those soft compound tyres right at the back of Kevin, but not able to make a move going into Cobbs there. You can see once again a few people going out wide there. And look at that, the overspeed. Gabadi's using his battery as we're about to make our way into Maggins and Beckett's. And Gabadi slashes the places there. What a move there from the ALT driver. He almost went a bit wide there, but can Kevin fight back? On the inside? No, we can't. We can see he's derating. Here comes Damien on Henke. Are they about to go wheel to wheel into Stowe we go? No, they're not. So Henke stays ahead of his own teammate. They're passing quite hard, considering the same team. Ismail's got ahead of Karachi in for P13. But now we're going to make our way on to lap 3. DRS will be enabled on lap 3 then, as Ghost King sets the fast lap of the race, instantly replaced by Gabadi in P5, as you expect on them soft compound tyres. Ghost King is all over the back of Mango. He's currently on the hard compound tyres there, going for that long stint. As you can see, he's putting Mango under all sorts of pressure. I think Mango went a bit wide. Ghost King is drifting, coming out of turn 4 as we make our way now of entry towards turn 5. DRS enabled once again, but I don't think he's close enough to make a move. You can see he's quite low on the battery there, so might want to consider saving a bit of battery as we make our way now into Brooklands we go. And Gabadi there, still under pressure from Kevin right behind, as he tried to put a move on him, but he's too far back to make a move. You can see a lot of ERS management going on there for Kevin, still on 90% battery. Is the Alpha driver as we make our way now towards Cops. Lovely, you can see, you can hear that the background noise of the cars. I don't think they had it in the last game, did they? Unless I was completely deaf in the last game, because I commentated a lot of times on that particular game. But looks like Gabadi there tried to make the use of the soft compound tyres, and he might have extended track limits too for good measure. And as you could see, he's saved a lot of his batteries trying to overtake the guys ahead, but he's stuck in that DRS train, the classic DRS train, no matter how different things are in this game. And Mango already picks up a 3-second time penalty. Look at this camera angle, by the way. Lovely camera angle of all the drivers there going through the section. Yes, I did, Gio, say the Alpha driver. I meant the ALT driver, sorry. I just saw his name, I thought I'd say that. But yeah, you can see Gabadi's there, not able to make any sort of impressions of the guy ahead. I think he's only made one place so far, has Gabadi. But it's not able to go anywhere further than there, unfortunately for him. Same with the other soft compound tyre riders, although they did start further behind. Finley started in 12th place, so he has made use of them, but he is stuck in that DRS train. You know what? I think all 20 drivers are in this DRS train, and they're still intact. Yes, they are. That's incredible how close these guys are in contention of one another. But look at that. I think Henke's so close behind Ghost King, but once again not able to make a move. He's too far back to do so. And as you can see, saving up a lot of battery later on for the race as well. Nobody making moves early doors in this Grand Prix. They're all just settling down for the time being before we head on to 3. But Ghost King, surely. What is that, Lord? What is that debris on the circuit there when they flick it up? Is that just random? Is it just coming from the floor of the car when it connects with the ground? It's got to be random, sure. I've only seen it in Silverstone. I haven't seen it on any different track. But here we are then, Ghost King ever so close behind Mango. I think some people going out wide. Ooh, look at this, Ghost King's about to take a lead in an unusual place, but up the inside goes Henke, but not able to pull it off, unfortunately for him. And Henke there, look at that, going up the inside. Can he make it stay to go wheel to wheel on the straight? Ghost King just has the advantage, and he stays in P2 there. So Ghost King tried to overtake Mango, but instead had to defend from Henke right behind too. So got caught up trying to make a move and ended up being on the back foot and had to watch out for Henke. Bearing in mind though, they're on the medium compound tyre, so a bit of faster tyre. As further down the field, I think Kevin and Slash there are trying to make a move. Further behind as Ghost King once again tries to put the pressure on. Further behind, we've got, I think that's Kabaddi trying to go around the outside. Now in the inside of Luffield we go. As Kabaddi will have the tyre advantage, those soft compound tyres should get a better exit, which he does, and he gets ahead of Damien. So I think he's split both IRT drivers, which is very important, and that was a good move indeed. Look at the overspeed he has there on Henke. I think Henke's put it on medium there to try and save a bit of battery, but further down, Slash is ahead of Alpha there. Sorry, not Alpha, Kevin. And look at Finley there, making an optimistic move. We've got to go side by side into Maggots and Beckel, now into Chappies we go. I'm actually mispronouncing the words there. Apologies, I've had an energy drink. I don't tend to do well with energy drinks. Tend to slur my words. But here we go then. Finley's now under pressure from Toast right behind him. But he doesn't seem to make a move going into Stowe too far back as Finley tries to use the battery in defence mode. And here comes Damien then on the back of Kabaddi. Can he make a move? No, he's too far back. Jamie Henke is driving for Versio. So why'd you put it in the ILT then? Why'd you put it in the ILT section? But here we go, coming through turn 1 and turn 2 we go. Damien all over the back of Kabaddi. That explains why they're fighting so hard, but Kabaddi's outbroken himself and allows Damien through. And here he is up the inside. He clutches the curb and just gets away with contact. Very lucky there. Could have ended badly for both drivers. But luckily enough, Kabaddi was able to slow the car down just in time not to make contact with Damien. Could have wiped out the IRT driver. The highest IRT driver is currently in P4, which is Damien. Sieb and Ollie Durston having a shocker in P15 and P18. Yeah, you're right, Bumpy, I am quite blind to be honest. That's why I didn't wear my glasses earlier on. So yeah, I think I've read it in the wrong section. But here comes Slash then on Kabaddi. How done are Kabaddi's tyres? It shouldn't be too bad at this stage of the Grand Prix. I did run the soft compound tyres, in fact, soft to medium. You can't make it soft to medium on this game, on this track at least. It's not too bad of an option. But Ghost King is still making those tyres work in P2, just holding back, just buying his time. And here we are, making our way into Stowe once again. All these guys bunched up, just waiting for a mistake as we head down towards Vale now. And Jakku there, poor Jakku, says Gio. Where is Jakku? Yeah, where is he actually? 20th place. Yeah, 20th place is Jakku, unfortunately. Just lost a lot of time, doesn't seem to do well here in Silverstone. Not quite sure if he's had the practice or not. But look at this, Damien Courier. I thought he'd make a move on Henke. But Henke's not fazed by that one whatsoever, not forced into an error. Mango still leads, the only driver to pick up a 3-second time penalty. Look at this, Damien now putting pressure on Henke. They both put the DRS at the back of Ghost King, and Damien then makes a move on Henke going down into Brooklands we go. Henke trying to stick it on the outside. Can he make it stick? He's got the inside line next, a bit of a twitch from the car. And let's see who gets ahead of who. Trying to stick it in there on the inside. Bit of contact too, for good measure, as we go into Woodcourt. Are they about to go side by side in cops? We're about to find out in a few seconds time then who will get ahead of who. Here comes Henke up the inside, not a lot of room there for Damien and Henke. Henke almost spun there, luckily he didn't, but Slash gets ahead of Kabaddi then, so looks like he's struggling in the soft compound tyres. But that was touch and go between Damien and Henke, not an inch given. I think Henke's made a mistake out of Chapel, and now he's going to have Slash all over the back of him. Slash has used a lot of his ES2 for good measure, unless he's saving. But here comes Ghost King for the lead of the Grand Prix. And this is where he makes his move. A few more cars go side by side into Stowe. Look at this lovely camera angle. We've got two different groups going side by side into Vale. And let's see then which one of these guys will get ahead of who. Kabaddi's defending for his life on them soft compound tyres, trying to keep Kevin behind. Yes, trying to keep an eye on all the drivers there. 20 drivers are trying to keep an eye on. If you think that's bad, on Sunday I'm commentating for a race and I've got 40 drivers to keep an eye on. And that's in one lobby, I'm not even exaggerating either. 40 drivers. If I can't keep an eye on 20, then God help me in the actual race. But Mango there with a penalty over his name, 6 tenths behind Ghost King. Ghost King has got some blistering pace here tonight in the social race. For those who didn't join us earlier on, he did a 25.1. And poor Jakku down there in 20th place, just a touch on this field. And do you know what? 8 laps in this Grand Prix, all 19 drivers are in this DRS train. Not bad, you know, but I feel sorry for Jakku down there in P20. Let's hope his pace can develop throughout the game. On board with Acid there, trying to make progress on Finley ahead of him. Finley making use of those soft compound tyres. Gavocci sets a 3-second tyre penalty, and Acid gets a better exit out of the Chapel corner and now has the DRS on the back of Finley, and he pulls out to the right side to make a move, and he goes up into 8th place. I have no idea what that is on that straight. But anyways, Acid up to P. I wonder if those soft compound tyres are starting to feel the effects now and started to wear off. Ghost King still leads this Grand Prix as we head on to lap 9 out of 26 with Mango right behind him. With Damien and Henke there, who had a fantastic battle going from Brooklands all the way down to Cops. Got a bit sketchy going down to Cops, but at least none of them spun each other out. And Jakku, unfortunately for him, will call it a day and he retires from this race. I don't blame him either, because I think he's really struggling in this game. And once again, 19 drivers in the DRS range in 9 laps. Can Damien start to make an impression on Mango there in P2? More yellow flags in our first sector. I don't know why he's glitching those yellow flags. Heading on to the old Hamilton at pit straight. That's not the one. It's the old pit straight story. We say old pit straight, but at the same time, MotoGP. What on earth is going on with the yellow flags out there? MotoGP do use that pit straight for the starting grid, it must be said. And look at all these cars they're going through, Maggis and Beckers. I hope this game doesn't have the yellow flag thing, because that was so annoying. The yellow flags keep popping on and off. I hope it's just static yellow flags and not flashing on and on. But in the background, I'm about to see a move from Ollie Durston on Ismail. And let's see how that battle goes out between the two. Finley picks up a 3-second tyre penalty, and Ollie Durston is trying to attack Ismail. Let's see how that works for him. He's got the inside left left corner, and it takes P14 away from Ismail. Of course, another driver in IRT, and Acid now on the back of Kevin. Let's see what he can do as we go up into turn 3. We go up the inside goes Acid, but I think he breaks a little bit later. Kenny and Finley are swapping places. There's Matthias waiting in the wings as well, and Finley's back into P9. Kenny trying to go around the outside, and I think Matthias under pressure now from Toast behind him. And Acid overtakes Kevin for P7, but this battle between the midfield is spicing up. Matthias got ahead of Finley. Finley started to lose a bit of places, same with Toastbot in P12. As we make our way now on Luffield, heading into Book Cup we go. The DRS train has been split from P9 downwards. There is a split in the train for once in this Grand Prix. And Kenny's made up a lot of ground, you know, in this Grand Prix. I think he started quite further down, as he had a difficult qualifying session. But Mango now is starting to put pressure on Ghoski. He's trying to keep Damien behind him. So I think Damien's trying to force Mango into an overtake and put pressure on King ahead of us. As we make our way now into Stowe we go. And Matthias has got ahead of Kenny, moves himself into P9 with all these guys squabbling about. Toastbot's got ahead of Finley. I think those soft compound tyres are starting to just slip away slightly, and the mediums and the hards might be an advantage now. So Ollie Durston tries to get on the action as well. That's Gavacci trying to go around the outside, gets shoved a bit from Finley, but Finley remains in track position. So Finley, another Versio driver, which was X, he was running no assist in the last game, and he's running no assist again, as you expect in this game here. As down the inside goes the TT Trent driver, but can he make it stick? Finley's off wide, has the inside line for turn 4. And Skies and Ollie Durston are fighting just behind us as we head onto the Wellington straight. They're still side by side. And let's see if they can Finn defend for the TT Trent driver, which he can't do, as he's still there on the inside, trying to fight as hard as he can. Finley squeezes the French Battery finally has the place, but he oversteers out of the corner. And now Finley's left exposed towards Ollie Durston. Here comes Ollie Durston, side by side. I want to keep an eye on Mango. He's so close behind Ghost King. Ghost King still leads this Grand Prix, but he's got a lot of cars right behind him, ready to take action on him. We know Ghost King will have the better tyres towards the end of this Grand Prix. We'll have the medium compound tyres attached to his car once the pit stops start happening. And Mango, yes, once again, look at Mango, he's made a mistake, and here comes Damien then. Mango's off the track in Stowe, and Kevin picks up a 3-second time penalty. Here comes Mango on the inside, and let's see then, can he make a move stick? No, he can't. Will he go for the old switchback? He can't do it, and Damien there takes P2 away. But this battle has allowed Ghost King to pull away slightly. Acid has set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. We've got a few people in the pit lane. Gabaddi's in the pit lane to get rid of those soft compound tyres, of course. So let's see, I think the medium compound tyres will be attached to his car and he can go racing once again. But the gap extended just a bit between Ghost King and Damien once those two had their squabbles down into Stowe. And Henke and Slash are quite close together too on the circuit, just further behind these two. And Ollie Durston's also trying to make places up on the guys ahead as well on the medium compound tyres. And he's trying to make a move on the car ahead of us, which is Gavacci in P10. But he's looking for different lines, try and get better exits and try and get past him, but can't quite do it. Can't Durst it, but can Ghost King break the DRS away from Damien? That's the most important question. Maybe use a bit of battery to try and pull away from Damien. Has he broke the DRS gap? Yes, he has, and so Ghost King has broke the DRS and he might be free. He might sacrifice the use of battery as well, but to good effect as well. And Damien there's also running quite low on battery, so the DRS has been split. And here comes Mango back into P2. So has that battle to Stowe and Vale cost these two and allow Ghost King to pull away? And here comes Toast Brot on Matthias for P7 there. I would expect that, but Ghost King is fighting once again, but I think he's in the pit lane. So here is Ghost King. That's quite early, you know. On the hard compound tyres, expected him to stay out longer than this. But here he is, in the pit lane he goes. I think he's going to be the mediums for sure. I don't think he'll try and risk it with the soft compound tyres, so it's got to be the medium compound tyres, which it is. And that's quite an early pit stop from him, which is quite intriguing. And let's see how this will play into the hands of the others around him. Opted to go for a different strategy. Ghost King has pitted quite early on the hard compound tyres, the most durable tyre, but fortunately for him, a shorter stint. Let's see if it's beneficial. As he heads out of the pit lane with nobody around him at all, and he can race free. Kenny and Durston are swapping places. I think they're both in the same team, which they are in IRT. And Skies also gets past Kenny, so poor Kenny has been swamped by two drivers. Kenny started down in P30, trying to make his way through the field. We know Kenny on his good days can be a very quick driver. Just need to hook it up, can IRT Kenny. And C, we started down the field, further down the field, I think in last place, is up into P8. Although a lot of people behind have pitted too. Explains why he's in P8 for the time being. But what are the guys going to do in front of him? Mango, Damien, Henke and Slash. What are these guys going to do now? Maybe try and stay out there a bit longer? Obviously they're going to have to, aren't they? Maybe try and go on the soft compound tyres. The soft compound tyres aren't a bit too bad, but here we are in the pit lane for the rest of the drivers. And this pit lane can catch a lot of people out because it is about 50 or 60 kilometers an hour. That's about 37 miles per hour. So you're coming in at a lot of high speed, and it's very easy to excel the pit lane limiter. So where's Ghost King? He's still in P10. Just waiting for the guys at the top to pit. And we'll see if Ghost King has made the right choice by pitting early on those hard compound tyres. Probably trying to get a big undercut, and these guys are ahead. And Damien and Mango then right. So we're past halfway distance in this race now, lap 14 out of 26. Mango leads ahead of Damien, Henke and Slash. Bearing in mind, these four haven't pitted just yet, so we're still waiting to pit stop from these four. The rest of them have, as they all squabble away. As we make our way now towards Maggins and Beck as we go. Gabaddi's right to the back at Acid. He pitted quite early in them soft compound tyres. He was struggling a bit towards the end of that stint, but now he's in the medium compound tyres. As the four blue cars make their way onto the hangar straight with Sieb in the background. Here comes Damien for the lead of the Grand Prix. and he overtakes him before Stone. But I'm wondering, when will these guys pit? Here we are then, these guys are pitting, except Mango in P2, he decides not to pit. So he stays out there for an extra few laps or so, but as you can see, Gabaddi is right at the back of Acid. The main guy I want to keep an eye out is, where is he? Ghost King in P6. I think he'll definitely rejoin ahead of these guys because he's got the massive undercut on the guys ahead. And there's yellow flags there. Somebody has gone for a spin. Is that Kevin? Not Kevin, it's not him. Who was it? Was it Finley? No, who's gone for a spin down there? I'm not quite sure. It's Kenny. Kenny's gone for a spin. Coming out of Maggie's and Becky's a Chapel. And Ghost King sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix. He's rejoined well ahead of his rivals. But his rivals are now on the soft compound tyres, which is going to be very interesting. So they're on the better tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. They find themselves in traffic because Gabaddi and Acid, who separates them, they weren't in this DRS fight, these guys, before they made the pit stop. So you can see how much the undercut has played into effect here around Silverstone. Quite a massive, powerful undercut and a long pit lane too. So I thought Gabaddi would go from hards to softs, but actually, will there be the pressure from Henke and Damien towards the last stage of this Grand Prix once they make the overtake of the guys ahead of Gabaddi and Acid? So IRT Kenny then unfortunately dropping out of Chapel. And Damien actually gets ahead of Gabaddi there. And Slash is ahead of Mango for the lead of the Grand Prix into Stowe. So let's see if these two respond. Yes, they do then. So these two will pit to go on, I think, towards a set of soft compound tyres. There's no point really going on the hard compound tyres, only about 10 laps left to go. You might as well go on a soft compound tyre. So it's going to be very interesting here. Are the four squabbling then? As you can see, Gabaddi's overtaking Damien, and that's not good news for him because on the soft compound tyres, he's hoping to pull away from these guys, not get stuck behind them. And Damien's lost 2 places. They went from P5 to P7, so the two soft runners really struggling. Look, once again, Damien there squabbling away, and here comes Henke might try to take a piece of the action too. It looks like Damien made a mistake somewhere into Vale, and it's allowed Henke to be all over the back of him. But look at Damien then, desperately trying to overtake. Up the inside into 3 he goes. Rides the curves just a bit. And here comes Henke now around the outside into 4. He's got a grip on the soft compound tyres, but they both connect and they both go off the track. And ultimately lose a lot of time to their rivals as well. Who's that coming out behind us? That's Slash on a brand new set of tyres. As Acid there goes into P4. So there's a shame there between Henke and Acid. Making contact, that's not good news for Henke. He's hoping to try and get closer towards Ghost King. But the more they squabble, the more time they lose, and Ghost King's got a good gap over the guys behind, 4.2. Damien's right behind Gabaddi, but he's not able to dispose him as quickly as he wanted to on those brand new set of soft compound tyres. He's actually lost a lot of time towards Ghost King and end up squabbling with Gabaddi, who started on the soft compound tyre, is now on the medium compound tyre and finds himself a soft runner right behind, but he's able to keep in contention with him. And here comes Damien once again. With the helping hand of the DRS and the battery, he puts himself into P2 he goes and turns off his battery before the straight 2. Henke goes up into P4 ahead of Acid. Matthias is up into P9 ahead of Kevin, who's got Ollie Durston right behind for company too. Finley picks up a 3-second time penalty. But let's see then, can Damien on them soft compound tyres catch Ghost King? Ghost King set a 25.1 in qualifying, has been absolutely fantastic around here tonight in Silverstone. But it might not be over yet with Damien on a charge. And what about Henke too? What can he do in P4? Can he try and recover some lost time after making contact with Acid in this corner where they both connect to wheels and both went off the track? And we've got some more squabbles going on in the midfield there. Look at that, somebody's off the track. I'm not quite sure who that was. I think it was Ollie Durston once again. And here we see Matthias under pressure from Kevin, goes back up into P9, does Kevin. It's been a very interesting race, but I don't see the gap going down between the top two. So I don't think Damien, despite being on the soft compound tyres, has quite got the pace to try and make his way through the field. And Mattia Manga at 46, unfortunately picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, currently down there in P18. Number 46, of course, representing Valentino Rossi. Whether he chose that number for him or not, I'm not quite sure. But still a legendary name or number in the motorsport of racing. And actually Gabaddi's putting pressure on Damien then. So despite being on their medium compound tyres, Gabaddi has still got some decent pace and is able to keep a contention and fight with Damien. So that's not good news for Damien, who's hoping to progress towards Ghost King, but actually finds himself stuck with the media runner of Gabati. There's so many battles going on throughout the field, I don't know who to keep an eye out. And maybe this pack here, right here, starting with Matthias, right down to Ismail, with Finley on the back of this trade too. So unfortunately for Damien, he's still stuck fighting with Gabati, gaining minimal amount of time. There's not enough time taking out Ghost King's advantage. But with these two try and trade DRS and try and get closer towards Ghost King, as Damien then makes a move again and back up into P2 he goes ahead of Gabati. You know what, Gabati's not done a bad job, you know, because I remember him on the soft car tyres, he was falling down the order. And look where he is now in P3. Not doing too bad on the medium compound tyres. But Henke and Acid have caught up once again after those two made contacts going into turn 4 and turn 5 as Ismail and Skies scrap away for 13 and 14. But this battle between P2 is going to get very interesting now with Henke, Acid and Slash catching up. It's going to be very spicy now for second place. Henke picks up a 3-second time penalty, so his podium chances are potentially over now. Toes Bart has got ahead of Mango, puts himself up into P7. Remember, he starts on the soft car power tyres, hence why he pitted quite early during this Grand Prix. Ollie Durston's up into 13th place ahead of Finley. But quite a few battles down there in the lower end of the field, those guys fighting over the places outside the top 10. Finley there just squeezes ahead of Skies, who goes off into the gravel. But the battle for P2 now is shaping up. The IRT driver in second place, doing Bompier and Steve proud. I'm pretty sure those two will be delighted with his progress. Gabati did a fantastic job in P3. And once again, I apologise about the race start because I completely forgot how the PS5 works. I tried to restart the stream once I realised there was no formation lab. I couldn't find how to do it, so I actually forgot. But anyways, we forget about that, move on, and hopefully I can do better for you guys next time. And Gabati representing Versio Racing too, so that's not bad for Versio in P3. As New Zealand Cam, the team owner of X, which is transformed into Versio, keeping a close eye on these guys. And here we are then, here comes Acid. Look at these four going into battle. And I think Gabati's ahead of Damien, which he is. Henke stays ahead of Acid. And here we are, they're going around the outside. Here's Henke, puts himself up into P3. So not the progress Henke and Damien wanted on them soft compound tyres. They weren't able to progress further through the field as they wanted to. Go Team IRT, says Galate rotative. I thought it was rotation, sorry. I thought it was rotation, but I read your name properly and it's a different rotation or a different person. So tried to correct myself, but nobody is touching Ghost King tonight. Nobody's going to match him. Look at him in P1. GT10 are going to be really impressed with their driver, pulling their way through the field. Ghost King's found a lot of pace. And look at this battle going on to Brooklands here. That's Acid defending from Slash, who gives him a squeeze as we head into Lovefield. And Slash there loses the back of the car as he tries to get on the floor. We go more oversteer on the back of that car. As we go through Woodcut, we go. They're going to go side by side, and Slash just has the battery power to get ahead of Acid. Acid had to yield. I think Acid as well tried to make it a double podium for GT10 because he's the highest other GT10 driver out there too. As C picks up a 3-second time, it's not the afternoon he wanted. Oh, who's off the track? That was Damien who went off the track, but gets away with it. Damien doesn't get away with it. He gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Does the ILT driver. So no podium for him either. The podium will go towards Gabati, Slash or Acid. Can Acid try and get himself on the third step of the podium with 6 laps left to go in this Grand Prix for an intense British GP? So far, nobody's had the pace to match Ghost King other than the first stint when they were stuck in DRS rage. I don't really think enabling lap 2 DRS, enabling DRS on lap 2 has influenced much racing really. Because you usually see, but it is quite early in the season though. Maybe tracks like Monza, Spa, Silverstone, Austria, especially Austria with 3 DRS zones and enabling on lap 2. We'll see how much difference it's made over the past few years. Obviously, enabling lap 2 on DRS, enabling DRS on lap 2 was introduced this year, and it's on the F1 game too. I keep forgetting, you know, in racing that the DRS enabled on lap 2. I see somebody fly past me and thinking, how on earth they got that speed? And then realising the DRS they have. So, here is Slash said in P5 on them soft compound tyres, pitting 1 lap earlier than Henke and Damien. He's under pressure so far from Acid right behind, keeping him under constant pressure. Slash also representing IRT. So both IRT drivers have got 3-second time penalties, so there'll be no podium for them. As Gavache in P8 or P9 has overtaken Kevin. We've still got a battle for P9 going on here with all these guys squabbling out for the minor places in the top 10. 4 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. Who is going to take P3 away? Slash is trying to keep Acid behind. In fact, Slash. Oh, that's who's off that. That's Damien off in the background at turn 3. He's completely gone off the track in turn 3. Not quite sure what happened there. Did he outbrake himself? Did he lock the rears up? That's him out of people's way. But yeah, Slash is currently in IRT, sorry. So I get confused between who's in whose team because they keep switching. But yeah, Slash is in contention for a podium if he keeps Acid behind. Look at that, the twitch of oversteer there for Henke as well in P3. Henke representing the Versio 2. So it's currently in the Versio 2-3. But unfortunately for Henke, he has got that 3-second time penalty. So the podium will either go to GT10 or IRT. It depends which one of those two can get ahead of each other. Slash with 4 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. There's Ghost King coming through your picture right now in the foreground. Nobody is bothering him tonight, unless of course he makes a mistake. And Kevin's lost a few places too. He's down into P12 with Matthias swapping there, so quite a few battles going on in there. Might only have to keep an eye on them. Ismail's got ahead of Matthias, and in the background, is that Kevin? I think it is Kevin. He's in the pit lane right now, so something major must have happened to him to go in the pit lane. However, though, these 4 tucked up right behind each other. The battle for P3 is on. Here comes Slash, and here comes Acid up the inside. Can he make it stick? Oh, a bit of contact there between the two. Like a Raikkonen Hamilton situation, but luckily for these two, neither driver got wiped out. Looks like Slash was trying to overtake Henke, but at the same time keeping Acid behind. As we now go into Brooklyn, as we go, how patient is Acid? How desperate is he to try and get past him? You can see that he's still got a lot of EOS at his disposal to use, and so is Slash as well. They've got quite a lot of good EOS management around here, albeit it's very easy to save EOS with the EOS modes now in play. Put it in put it in medium or hot lap or overtake. As we make our way now towards Magazebek as we go, Ollie Durston picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. 3 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. Slash there had a horrible exit coming out of Chapel. Now Acid, this is a brilliant chance for him to try and get past him. Can he do it though? As we make our way down the straight, we can see him obliterate his battery, and here he is up the inside. Look at that, Slash is off the track. And what happened to him? Did he get caught up by Henke there? Because Henke changed directions quite late, and Slash might get caught out with that one. So Acid now takes a provisional P3, putting pressure on Henke in front of him, who has got a 3-second time penalty. So Slash unfortunately has cost himself a podium with that mistake. But here we are, they're going into turn 3. I thought Acid would go for a move up the inside, but thinks better of it. But it looks like he's got a lot of pace as the GT10 driver. Somebody behind has made a mistake. Mango has been overtaken by Gavacho for P9. Ollie Durston's got ahead of Matthias. But it looks like the gap's stabilising between first and second. It's been 4.0, 4.1 for the last few laps of this Grand Prix. And once again, Acid putting pressure there on Henke. Theoretically, he doesn't have to go for this move if he doesn't want to, of course, but he's a racer, he'll go for it. Maybe try and take Gabadi on too for P2. By the way, Gabadi's done a great job as well on them soft compound tyres at the start. He started down at P9, And look where he is, up into P2. So what great pace from Gabadi in P2. I remember him suffering on the soft compound tyres at the early stages. And here comes Acid once again. Both have a DRS, both use their battery. As we head towards Stowe we go. And Henke just survives the threat from Acid right behind. And somebody spun again out of Chapel. And here he is on the inside. They both lock the rear brakes up and they're both drifted to the corner. And once again, Henke there drifted to the corner again, loses the back end. And Mango picks up a 10-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. And he retires from the Grand Prix. Why did he retire? He was up into P8. Not quite sure why he retired. I just left the session, so something must have happened to him to make him very angry. But here we are again, once again, Acid and Henke battling for P3. Squabbling quite hard. Acid wants to take P2 to make it a GT10 1-2. Can he make it happen? No, he's quite low on options and battery. He's got to get past Henke, but it's easier said than done. And you can see him drifting through the corners there. Very hesitant on the brakes indeed, because it's so easy to snatch a rear brake up. And has got a better release out of the corner. Will he try and go side by side as a cop? So he's used a bit of battery there, but is not able to get close enough on this occasion. Finley says to fast up the Grand Prix on those soft compound tyres, and the yellow flags are popping out once again. But I think this is Acid's best chance on this lap to try and get past Henke for P3. They try and take Gabadi on for P2 to make it a GT10 1 and 2. And Henke gets a decent release at the corner, but as Acid's all over the back of him still. As you can see, Acid used a bit of bash to try and pull away, used the overtake mode, try and inch forward. And Acid there looking to get closer and closer towards Henke, but not close enough. And it's all going to come down to the final lap of the Grand Prix. Henke just survives the threat, but actually goes out wide. And here comes Acid. You can see him fighting with traction as he loses the back end of the car. And Henke survives once again. I thought it was Acid's best chance to slingshot his way through and up into P3, but where does he make the overtake? Is it into turn 3? Try and get Gabadi on the straight. Here we are then up the inside, and Henke breaks late. He opens the door for Acid. Does Acid go through? He tries to, but he's still got Henke on the inside, and around the outside goes Acid. Does he finally make the move? Bit of contact made too, but Acid finally contact again, and Henke's in a spin, and that's him definitely over for the podium. Not quite sure what happened between those two there, but Acid is up into P3. But Slash now is back after his own contact. And is he going to put pressure on Acid in front of him? He has the DRS, he has fresher tyres on them soft compound tyres, and more battery for good measure too. So can Slash now take away a podium from Acid? Or has he got enough to keep him behind at bay? And where's Toastbot come from as well? I remember him outside the top 10, I was up into P5, so great recovery drive from him in P5. But here we are then, down the hanger straight we go. Acid having the DRS in the back of Gabadi, but I don't think Slash is close enough, so I think Acid is saved there for the time being. As they make our way now into Stowe we go. But here we are then, the main man of them all in the spotlight. Here we are for the first social race for IRT. It's going to be Ghost King who crossed the line to win at the British GP. What a fantastic drive from Quali. Look at this, side by side on the line. They go off the gravel, and Acid just survives from Slash there. Wow, can you get any closer than that? And at the British GP too. You don't really see side by side across the line here in Silverstone at all. Acid must have made mistakes somewhere into the last 3 corners, and Slash almost took him around the outside. But wow, what action from lap 1 all the way to lap 26 there. Slash was so close, but yet so far from the podium. He must be so frustrated. But yes, well done to GT10. Congratulations. They've definitely stepped up their game since I last saw them last season in CSS, EML and PSGL. They've definitely stepped up their game this season. Can they keep it up? And Ghost King, a commentator over here before too. He did tend to struggle now and then, did Ghost King. But it looks like he stepped up his game too, so he might be a force to be reckoned with in this season. But yeah, I enjoyed the race, and once again I apologise about lap 1. I'm completely new to the broadcasting system. You may be wondering, how are you? Because I've been commentating for 5 years. I just bought PS5. I thought it'd be fancy with the broadcasting system, but I forgot how to get the broadcast on. So yeah, apologies on my behalf about that one. But at least we saw the whole race. So I know now what button to press to restart the stream again. Congratulations to the French team of GT10. Their pace has been impressive. Matthias is in P7. Ismail went undercover from P18 to P6. So, yeah, a silent race there for Ismail from start to P18 to P6. But, yeah, we'll see you all next time for the next social race here in IRT. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all next time for whenever the next social race is.